Holy crap.
It's burning.
Hey everyone, welcome to the first Hot Conversations with Audio Biz. In this segment, we are actually going to be interviewing people like our guest today, Cassie Berger of Shure, and getting into a lot of industry topics and talking about a whole bunch of different things. But first off, to make it extra fun, we are going to be eating chicken wings and hot sauce. Like I mentioned, we're introducing Cassie Berger. Cassie is the Central Regional Sales Manager for the Shure Systems channel. Did I get that correct?
You did. Well done.
And she also covers Canada.
I do. All of the moose.
All of the moose. Have you seen a moose on a trip to Canada yet?
I have not.
Okay, well, watch out for them. They do some damage to vehicles. So, well, actually, I wanted to say this too. You also are on the board for VIXA, correct?
Leadership Search Committee.
The Leadership Search Committee. Okay,
yes.
So not the board, but the Leadership Search Committee.
Yes.
So what do you do there?
Tasked with finding the board members,
Okay.
identifying key contributors to the industry, and getting to know them and determining if they're appropriate for the board for a VIXA.
Awesome. Cool. How long have you been doing that for?
This is my first year, so started in January, and I will be in a 3-year term.
Awesome. It's probably an odd year with COVID and everything going
Indeed.
on, but
Lots of virtual meetings.
lots of virtual meetings.
Yes.
We make microphones for virtual meetings, right?
I think we do.
All right, we're going to talk about some of that
Great.
here. So, but first off, we're going to do some icebreaker questions. We've got these cool pod decks here, and we are going to pull some questions out and get to know Cassie a little bit here. So, Cassie, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Beef. Because steak,
Okay.
burger, things, it's
right.
different forms.
Do you don't think that would bind you up after just eating beef for every meal?
Cavemen did it.
That's true. Very paleo.
Yeah.
Is it paleo?
Paleo.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, let's dive into this. First off, we need to sauce up before we do this.
Yeah.
So our first sauce, we are going to start with the Cholula hot sauce, the sweet habanero. I'm assuming because it says sweet habanero that it's not that hot, and
Okay.
I put it at the beginning, so we will see.
All right.
So sauce
What
up.
do I do here? Just dump it on?
Just dump one on, We're learning this. Ooh, that's a lot.
That's a lot? That's not too much.
I don't know. It might be. It might not be. We'll see. I'm gonna start with a small wing
Oh,
here.
okay.
We'll see.
Well, you did a lot, too.
Well, I did.
That's, mine's just
gotta
kind
do
of
that,
more
so.
splattered on there.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know if you've cheered with a chicken wing before, but
Wing tapping.
oh, that's actually got some heat to it. So maybe this should have been further up the line. But oh well. Lunch. We got beer, sweet habanero.
good.
That's actually pretty good. So. So today
Okay.
we are talking about MXA, our Microflex Advanced series of products. And what do you think makes the Shure MXA line stand out? Why is it better than the competition?
I think at the end of the day, it's always the technology, the embedded technology. But things like autofocus, like building IntelliMix into the microphone itself, that's what separates a product from others.
Cool.
Having AAC built in, and also the lobe technology, and not having an open mic, just picking up everything. We're actually able to preset configurations and activate certain lobes. So we're only picking up aspects of the room that we intend to, instead of picking up every noise, which makes us very different.
I think one of the cool things with MXA is that it's actually changed since it launched. There's been firmware updates and new features, like you mentioned, like AEC and autofocus and other things like that. So it's kind of a constant evolving line, which is really cool because there's not a, oh, hey, you need to buy the new product because your old one's obsolete anymore. It's here's a firmware update and Bob's your uncle. So that's pretty cool. So I like that. The MXA line is quite fun to sell and demo, so we'll get into some other questions about that. But we've got another good one here. So, who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight, and why?
Nobody.
That's true.
Can that be an answer?
That can be. I would like to sit in first class with nobody next to me.
My life preference would be to be alone. So I would say if I had to sit next to somebody, Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
All right. Why Clint Eastwood?
I just think that he'd be very interesting to sit next to.
I think he would. I think he's got a lot of stories.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of stories. He's an attractive older man.
He's old. he's very old.
Older.
All right. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, he'd be interesting if I had to sit next to somebody.
Yeah, I don't even know who I would sit next to. Somebody that wouldn't be too annoying, but you know.
I feel like Clint would just be like chill, you know?
Hear you. I saw Prince one time on an airplane.
Did you?
It was very funny because he was sitting next to this giant bodyguard, and like the dude was like 6'7" or 7 foot, you know, and Prince is so tiny next to him. So kind of interesting there. So we are on to our next sauce. We're going to go Cholula chili garlic. So we're going to let you...
I don't know what to expect anymore because
I don't know. I kind of
clearly off.
I don't want to leave any chicken.
I know. I'm going to come back to it. Don't worry. Chicken would be following beef as my preference of food I have to eat.
That's the other way. Oh wait, no, that's pork.
I just made a mess.
Yeah, well, that's what the placemats are for. So,
pork, no, pork's not something you should eat. Apparently.
Really? I don't know. I had pork chops the other day. They were good. Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how this one goes. Chili garlic. I like the Cholula. So.
Yeah.
Should we cheers again?
Yeah.
We'll cheers. All right.
Wing tap.
This one's mild.
Mm-hmm.
So, while you're getting a mouthful of chicken, Shure recently released some new audio products for the conferencing installation market portfolio. Kind of added to the MXA line. So, I heard that these are actually going to be offered in some bundles. Can you tell us a little bit more about bundles?
Certainly. Well, I think when the key focus there is at Shure, we're not trying to just introduce any product. And we certainly don't complete the signal flow or a complete design for an integration. But what we do focus on is the audio portion. And we recognize that we were missing a component, which was the output. So we introduced speakers.
Cool.
To more complete that signal flow for the audio configuration. And we also introduced different variations of IntelliMix. So we introduced IntelliMix Room, which is the software-based DSP. So now we have the P300, which is our hardware compact DSP processor. And then we have our IntelliMix Room, which is software-based DSP. And then we have our speakers. So tied with our bread and butter, which is the microphone, you now see that full signal flow. And being able to offer them in bundles has a cost incentive, obviously, but it just makes the purchasing process a lot easier. So now you can actually purchase rooms in a box, essentially. So anything from a small huddle room all the way up to a boardroom or a large conference space with multiple MXA 910s, for example. Now you can kind of complete that in a very easy ordering process way.
Cool. Yeah, no, I agree. It helps take not necessarily take the design out, but it helps the integrators be able to just be like, all right, here's a lot of the work is done for me. So
now it's customized cookie cutter solutions because you're customizing it with our software. Every time you're creating a system, you're doing it in Designer, which is our configuration software. So you're tying everything together in one software platform for any of these rooms. So you can do the same design over and over and make those small adjustments. So it's customized cookie cutter solutions. And I didn't mention, but it's not just MXA 910s. It's MXA 910s, 710s, and 310s. So all of our form factors under the MXA family are included in the bundles.
Cool. Just one quick thing on the speakers. So are they analog speakers? Are they digital speakers? What makes the speakers cool?
The speakers are Dante. So they have the one Cat 5. And so everything's connected over the network.
That's
Everything's
awesome.
tied back to Designer, which is that configuration software, which is a key component in everything. And so, yeah, it's just one cable connected to the speakers, connecting to the rest of the system.
Awesome. Cool. All right, icebreaker question. What is the dumbest way you have been injured? There's got to be something.
Oh,
there's some good
goodness.
ones with these, I bet.
I've not really ever broken many bones. Oh, I will say that's probably it. My daughter will shoot me one day when she sees this video. But I did break my wrist 2 years ago at a child's birthday party. It was like one of those rollerblading places
Okay.
with the disco ball,
Nice.
the 90s music.
I like it.
I was trying to beat her, and I thought that I got my blades under me finally, and so I was doing a crossover move. Really
Nice.
tricky. Totally wiped out.
Did you take out your daughter?
No,
Well, that's
no.
good.
And I was trying to cheat and beat her.
Okay.
And so she was like, oblivious. But this other little girl came up and handed me my purse and said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And I realized in that moment that I should not be in rollerblades
Yes. You were
if I
called
am a ma'am
I mean,
with a broken wrist.
I've injured myself in dumb ways all the time. Mostly working on things. I tend to stab myself. There was a brief period in my life where I was in the ER like every 3 months getting stitches.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I got some cool scars for it. I mean,
That's good.
chicks dig scars, right? You know,
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
Next hot sauce. Lily's hot sauce.
See,
Hot
that
pepper
looks,
sauce.
that one I'm a little worried
Let's see.
about because the color.
Yeah,
I'm a
this
little worried
one's,
about this
yeah.
one.
This one's very liquidy. It smells very tomatoey, which will be interesting. I don't know about it. Could be good in a Bloody
It kind
Mary.
of smells like red peppery.
It does.
I don't know. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, it
Yeah.
comes out a lot.
All right. Well, there we go. Let's try this.
You do a much better job than I do.
I don't know about that. But
You clearly have more experience.
experience in the saucing of the hotness. All right. Let's see what this guy has.
Oh, it has a kick.
Does it?
A little bit. Mm-hmm.
It would be good in a Bloody Mary.
It would be
I hear
good.
it. I feel it
Yeah.
now. It's coming on late.
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun when you get to eat chicken for your job. So you mentioned the Shure ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
What are the benefits of using the Shure ecosystem?
You look at form factor and you look at any other products and you say, okay, a speaker is a speaker. A microphone needs certain technology to make it best, and I think we're all experiencing that right now with everything going virtual, the importance of quality and quality audio. So the importance of the ecosystem is how do we make that experience the best it can possibly be? And that's where we tie in more products. We recognized a number of years ago the importance of DSP, and we weren't in the business of manufacturing DSP. We brought on a lot of resources, a lot of people that were experienced in that category to learn from, and we introduced IntelliMix, and that was essential for where we are today, which is saying, how do I make the microphone, our bread and butter, sound the best that it can? So DSP was huge in that. Pulling in the speakers was also saying, okay, so we recognize the challenges of configuring a solution with multiple brands, multiple technologies. It goes back to that saying of products playing well in the playground. Saying people, it's the same idea of it works better when they're designed to enhance one another's features and technology. So when you take the same type of technology and apply it to different product categories where they all play well together and can be easily configured in the same software platform, that's the importance of using the same products to complete that ecosystem.
Yeah. First off, I have to say you are doing well pitching this because this one's coming on. It's it's slowly building.
My nose is like running.
Yeah. One of the things I like about the Shure ecosystem, you touched on this with the software of the setup aspect, and that's one of the coolest things. Like once you get it all hooked up in the software, you have the optimized. I mean, it does everything.
It does everything for you.
It's pretty rad. So I have to say, check out that software.
And I'm not technical, so for me to say that, it really is. It completes it. I remember I was in the integration side for a short time. But during that time, just trying to figure out what products to use and then which platforms you use and how to connect everything, I would have to sell 8 hours of engineering, 8 hours just to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
Where now I'm now cutting that time down so significantly using the same products and the same platform that as a salesperson, I sell a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
Or I can, sell more and make the margin, but it just makes it easier.
Yeah. It's awesome. So if you could look through one person's email without them knowing, whose email would you look through?
One person's email without
One person.
them knowing.
You have the password.
I think I'll get fired if I answer anybody at Shure.
Well, of course. I mean, this is all hypothetical. Like it's none of this really matters.
So I'm gonna go with Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. I was actually thinking of that too.
I was thinking Hillary because I just want to know.
Yeah, there's got to be some comical Donald Trump.
There's got to be, yeah.
It'd be huge.
I just think that it would be interesting.
It would be interesting. I don't know who I would do. I literally was thinking that, like the president, because
I just want to know the day-to-days, because I know my day-to-day emails, and I just want to know the day-to-day.
Do you think he actually looks at his email?
I'm not
He's got a person that looks at his email.
I don't know.
We'll see. All right. So what's up next? The obligatory Hooters hot sauce. So a little spice for your meal.
This one.
I know that one's. It's still got some.
This is
That's a good one.
It has a punch.
That's a good one. We'll see what the Hooters has for us. It's been a while since I've been to Hooters.
Has it? I think the last time I was at one was in St. Louis.
I always wanted to take the Hooters airplane. They used to have Hooters Airlines for a while.
Sounds very questionable.
Yeah, I know. Probably super sketchy planes, but we'll see what we got.
That's what penicillin's for.
Yeah, exactly. So Hooters hot sauce. Well, we'll see. This can't.
This is like, dark though, darker than others. I'm appreciating the different variations.
You got pretty good flavor. Way to go, Hooters. We kind of touched on this a little bit. There's benefits to using all Shure products from a performance perspective. What are some of those benefits? Just being part of the ecosystem.
Caught my throat a little bit.
Chicken in. This is the whole point. I'm springing questions on you while you're eating chicken meat.
No, this is running. Great. I'm obsessed with our technology and our software. I think our software, how we've adapted to kind of the transformation between basic AV and what we were used to doing, which was, all right, connect the cables, cable it up, test it, good to go, to what we're doing now, which is so much more time effective and strategic and impressive. I mean, it's changed so much over the last 4 years, significantly.
Yeah.
And Shure as a brand has changed so much over the last 4 years, where we were so into pro and live sound, live music production. We've really transformed into this integrated world and into this corporate provider, educational provider, government provider, and these more integrated solutions. And honestly, I mean, I just think that the way that we are able to utilize software, so we make everything, I mean, it's so important now to do so much on the front end and be able to just simply go deploy you have a running nose too. I know,
I do have a running nose.
See? So I think it's so essential now to be able to do most of the work from the office or from your home, since people aren't going into the office, and then be able to go on site and spend a fraction of the time deploying everything and pushing buttons and testing, and you're good to go. So I forget what the original point of the question was.
That works.
I'll just go on my tangent though. But I think it's so impressive to realize that an engineer can sit at home and configure solutions and create a file and designer for an entire 100-room project. Mm-hmm. And then all it takes is a technician going on site, pushing to deploy, and you're up and running in a fraction of the time. And that's very neat. And that goes back to the technology. So it goes back to our focus, Shure's focus on making sure that we can make it flexible and easy to use while maintaining our quality.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, I don't know if that answered the question. My nose is distracting me.
I hear you. Sure. So I think we're getting into the danger zone here.
All right.
So next up, we've got the tiger sauce. the original for meat, seafood, or anything else that can stand up to a sweet heat. So this one's got cayenne peppers.
Here's my question for the food question. If I could eat only one type of food,
yes.
Can I use multiple things on it?
Yes.
Okay, you can do whatever. So this goes back to my, like, I could dump this on my beef.
You can dump that on your beef.
Because I feel very judged by my answer.
I mean, I wasn't. I mean, that's just a lot of protein.
I feel a little judged.
You can put anything on your meat. You know, it can be blue cheese encrusted. It can be whatever, you know.
Dress the meat up.
Dress the meat up. All right. Here, you should take your tiger sauce right now. You know, we can make a Tiger King joke or something. I don't know.
We could.
Carol Baskin?
Carol.
Killed her?
Oh my gosh.
You got tiger sauce all over.
It just pours out,
blood
folks.
Of tigers. Who was that drank the tiger blood? Charlie Sheen, you know, so drink tiger blood.
You know, Carol Baskin.
I didn't watch any of that. This one does come out quick.
You didn't watch
I didn't watch the Tiger King.
What?
You know, I missed out on that one.
It was binge worthy.
That was early COVID.
This is a lot. And so this is spicy.
It is spicy, but it does have a little bit of sweetness to it.
All right.
That one's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of Asian inspired. Video conferencing needs cameras.
Mm-hmm. It's essential.
You know.
This audio.
You know, you don't want to stare at a blank screen.
Mm-mm.
Or my profile picture, you know. Shure needs a camera for their video conferencing solutions. What is Shure's answer to this dilemma?
Oh, it is such a dilemma too, right?
It is a dilemma.
Yes. So I think that we've only improved in our strategic partnership department over the years. You know, we really didn't have a need to do so until we kind of transitioned into this integrated world. As I mentioned, that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And now there are so many different certifications and requirements to be approved by, you know, Cisco or Microsoft Teams or anybody else, that it launched everybody into the partnership realm, right? I just can't stop.
I know. Well, at least, yeah.
It's
half the fun.
That's fine. And so part of that is identifying strategic partners to help us fit into more of the AV world, more of that signal chain, but design. And so we did partner with Huddly cameras.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And we recently announced that, and they are part of our bundles, as you mentioned earlier. So cool. Huddly cameras will be part of those bundled SKUs, making that ordering process a lot easier. And so it is the IP Huddly camera that we're offering as part of the bundles. And once again, we're trying to make it easier to specify our products so that people can have not only a better experience, but also less challenge at the end of the day. And that's a key point to why you want to use the same products, from the same company. Is if you should experience a challenge, it's one point of contact. It's one distribution center. It's local. I mean, we distribute everything out of Chicago. Everybody that takes support calls is out of Chicago, and we will support Huddly as well. So with the cameras as part of those bundles, we will support the cameras in the integration and in the design as well. And so if you need to return it or anything else, service it, we want to just make it an easier experience for our customers.
Cool. One throat to choke. All right. We are on to Dave's Ghost Pepper Gourmet Hot Sauce. It's so hot, it's spooky. So
I mean,
oh, God. That one's going to be fun. Ladies first.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to be more.
We both. Oh. Holy crap. All right. Now I'm going to have to sauce it up. You know, I can't be like the lamp. You know, I don't know what we're going to do.
What the zoom quality is on the camera, but.
Saucy. Very saucy. So. That's
a lot.
Before we take the first bite.
Can I use this for my dating profile?
Yes, you can. Well, this is all going to be on the internet. You can do QR codes and people can find this video. All right, let's see what we've got here. I think this is gonna burn. I think this is holy crap. So, There's so many camera manufacturers out there. How did Shure get the trademark on autofocus? I think that's funny. I have to say, holy crap. Oh, good Lord. I've got hiccups now.
It's burning.
It is burning. Oh, burning.
That was a big bite that I took.
Wow.
I'm sweating.
So autofocus. Tell me about autofocus.
I can't.
You,
I can't.
wow. Wow, that one is hot.
I hate milk.
I hate it too, but holy crap.
Maybe a celery will help.
Maybe a celery will help. Wow.
A little hot here.
My face is burning. I don't know why we did this, but I do have to say, you know, I've done some crazy things on video lately. If you haven't seen our Shure Duraplex video, that was fun. But this is topping it because I am like crying right now.
I can't. Do I have mascara?
Yeah, well, we might need to wrap this up.
So autofocus technology is so wonderful.
It is wonderful.
So autofocus, my lips.
I know.
It looks like I had a procedure done.
Wow. Oh, chapstick burns too.
Hot.
Oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't use that on my eyes.
Which sauce was your favorite?
Ooh. Favorite? Definitely not Dave's gourmet hot sauce. That freaked me out.
My mouth is.
I kind of like the tiger sauce. I like the sweetness.
I liked the tiger sauce. I liked the tiger sauce, and then that one.
Lily's hot sauce. That one kind of came on. It was very
I liked
deceiving
how
at
it
first.
came on. Yeah. So.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being on this first episode of Hot Conversations. And yeah, make sure that you guys subscribe and like for these videos. If there's anyone you want us to see interviewed or topics to be covered while eating hot sauce and crying, you let us know. And again, for more information on any of the Shure products, you can reach out to us at audiobiz.com.